Alright guys, so Michael here, and we're going to talk about 5 things that I've learned over the years when it's pertaining to music production or audio engineering, producing, whatever you want to call it. 5 things that I've taken away so far in the 9 or 6, however many years that I've been doing this. I want to say probably December of 2009. Yeah, December 2009 when I first was introduced in the fact that you can make music on your computer. We'll go into other videos about what I use and all that. But anyways, the first, in no particular order, my first words of wisdom, so that's what we'll call this, Michael's words of wisdom on being an audio engineer. I'm going to go ahead and look at my screen. I wrote down my notes. First thing is to invest in quality equipment first. For example, you can go on Amazon right now and you probably can buy 5 microphones for $20, totaling $100 total, right? Those microphones may work for whatever application you're utilizing at the moment. But in 2 years from now, when you're a lot better and you've learned what to do and what not to do, are you going to go back to using those shitty $20 microphones? No, you're not. So, instead of spending $100 on bulk or, thinking your money is, I'm getting 5 microphones, how about, in my opinion, I would say, save your money, save up $100 and buy one SM57. If anyone knows anything, the SM57 has been around for fucking 30 years, 40 years, who the hell knows? But it's a timeless classic that probably is never going to go out of style, right? You can mic up a snare top, even maybe a snare bottom. You can mic up a guitar cabinet with it. You can even use it as a vocal mic. I believe on the Hot Fuzz or Fuzz album from The Killers, they tracked the entire album, the vocals, using an SM57. So that's my take on that. So next thing we're going to talk about is utilizing paid and free engineering producing education. And what I mean by that is there are, at least off the top of my head, 3 or 4 different paid music production websites or programs, academies. You have URM, Unstoppable Recording Machine, with Joey and the guys, EL and Joel Wanasak. You have Hardcore Mixing Studio. You have, I think, even Mix with the Masters. You can pay a certain amount a month and you get their unlocked videos. And then there's another one that escapes my mind at the time being, but you can sample all of these things on YouTube, kind of figure out what your best genre, whatever you're doing. There's going to be a niche program that you can use. If you're not doing metal, if you're doing something else, there's going to be some type of education that you can get, either it be free or paid, to help you along the way. I'm just thinking back to 2009. It was like voodoo or black magic to how you learn how to mix music. Who the hell knows? But now, fast forward 10 years and there's a plethora of different music education, producing websites and things like that at your disposal. So use those to your advantage. And then third thing that I wanted to bring up is research everything that you do. I can't tell you how many times that I bought something on a whim, or I was like, oh, it's cheap, or doesn't even matter what the price was, but I bought it because maybe I would have a use for it, and to realize that the application that I intended to use it didn't end up working, and either I couldn't return it or the hassle to return something was too great. Then I just end up keeping it or giving it away or selling it for even half the price that I bought it at. So research everything. You can even do a caveat and say, if you want to buy a piece of gear or a plug-in, before you do that, sleep on it. Do I really need this EQ? Do I really need this amp sim? if I buy this, is this going to take my mixing, my producing, my songwriting to the next level? And then next would be number 4, never allow people's opinions to interfere with your passions or goals. You might get everyone in your family or all your friends think it's the weirdest thing, like, oh, you're making music, or why are you sitting in front of a computer all day listening to the same snare, or what are you doing? Don't allow their at least negative opinions on what you're doing to drive your end goal. Whatever your goal is, don't allow their opinions to really matter. You should be doing what you feel is right, what you're passionate about, and then take it from there. If you follow your passion, there really is never a wrong way about doing it. And then my fifth word or words of wisdom would be, everything costs money in life, right? Food costs money. The car you drive, the gas that you put in, the maintenance. I see almost on a daily basis on all the Facebook groups and YouTube comments, and it even goes in with my first words of wisdom, invest in quality equipment first. So you should never think right off the bat that what is the cheapest interface that I can use to get started, right? You want to invest in that high quality equipment so that it stands the test of time. It's future proof. And if you say, oh, I'm a 16-year-old high school student that wants to do audio engineering, completely okay. But it's going to cost money, and you can only go so far with, free stuff. In the end of the day, you either have 2 options. You either make the money and you earn it, have that goal. If you have the passion, the drive, you're going to find the money somehow by getting a job or somehow doing something to earn money. So, all in all, don't skimp out. It's going to be, this isn't a cheap hobby whatsoever. As you can see, my collection of stuff is, over 15 years of playing and things like that. Some of the things I've bought with my own personal money. Some things were given to me as, birthday or Christmas presents when I was younger. But a lot of the stuff is earned through, blood, sweat, and tears of whatever job you have. And you just got to remember that when you're starting off, that it's a wormhole and you're just going to sink a lot of money into it. If you choose, you can always, be very thrifty, but so on and so forth without rambling. Everything costs money in life. So just keep that in mind when you're asking those questions about what's the cheapest microphone, so on and so forth. Then everything ties together, researching everything, so on and so forth. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is all my own personal opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree. If you have any questions or you want to start a dialogue down below, just leave a comment. And thanks guys for watching.